Well, one of the questions that most people ask me is where to start regarding Sigmar. Well, the, in terms of Sigmar, it's a bit different from Warhammer Fantasy. Warhammer Fantasy usually had some novels at some dates, some novels didn't, but usually knew they were all in the same timeline. Regarding Warhammer Sigmar, it's a bit different. There are no. I have not checked or have not found in any forum a chronology book to read. But the ones I've said several times that you should buy or you should start reading, it's before entering Realm Gate Wars, it's the Gates of Azir by Chris Wright. Afterwards, you should read these 10 novels. They are either full-length novels or a series of short stories. If you don't read a couple of them, I believe there is no problem there, but you lose the growth overall of the stories. In terms of the remaining books, what do you have here? You've got a couple based on faction, in regards to factions, like these three are all based on the undead and so on. You've got a couple of them that are followed. Then you've got this one, for example, a milker. Sorry, my kid is behind me. There are a couple of them that supposedly they were going to be more than one novel, but I don't know. They were never published, like this one, book one of the Cool, and this was 2019, I believe. And no, I have not read anything regarding these novels getting a sequel, so maybe they cancelled. I don't think, for what I can check, don't quote on it, but Warhammer Sigmar is not the same as 40k. In even fantasy, I believe the novels were better. Here we've got some novels. Some novels are based on the games they publish, like this one. It's the Underworlds, Shadespire. Then we've got some novels depicting mostly novels are based on the Sigmars and their warriors. Then there are a couple, like this one is Lamentation, Spear of Shadow. Basically, this is a compilation of short stories, and as they published them, they published a book. Then we've got only one or two. I believe there is only a trilogy so far. The last novel will be releasing, I believe, next year, this year or maybe next year. This is the one from C.L. Werner, Overlords of the Iron Dragon and Prophet one. This is basically, we follow the new dwarf. I don't know their name. Sorry. Okay. Then there are individual novels, like this one. It's called Idoneth. We follow Idoneth, the ones they published recently. There are 6 novellas. Each one is individually, and you can read them. They basically start here, kind of novels. Then you've got some series like Black Talon. Supposedly there will be a more novel, but I have not checked anything. There are a couple of short stories from Khalid and Toll and Black Talon. There are, as I said before, some novels focus on characters, and for example, this one has a short story collection. This one is focused on, Scourge of Fate. You can check it. It follows Harkon. Beastgrave. It focuses on beasts, and so on. Each novel basically it's individually. Then we've got here the collections, Warcry, short story collection. Gods and Mortals, Legends of the Age and of Sigmar. This one, I believe it was the second novel published, so we can start here as well. And before talking about this one, you've got Myths and Revenants, Oaths and Conquest. Then, I believe, yeah. Then you've got some novels that even say, okay, start here, please, like this one. Start here, your Black Library, City of Secrets, Sacrosanct and Other Stories by each of those story collection, and Hammerall, John Reynolds. Then you've got Ghost Slayer, Gotrek, The New Gotrek, Gloomspite. I believe this is kind of horror story, and Lady of Sorrows. What was advice? Ram Wars was recently released. I received it today. It focuses on the elves. How can I say here is that probably, since this book is not so easy to find, neither is this one, I believe you should start here, because you can check there are a couple of stories, short stories, some, and you can then think that this is for you or not. Okay, this is a bit different than I said before in regarding Warhammer. Warhammer were more focused on trilogies and such, like we've got here Blades of Chaos, the trilogy, now the trilogy. This is a part of 4 books. Solo 5 novel series. This is Bloodborne, but whatever. Sons of Illyrian is a duology. Then you've got here more novels. These ones are Time of Legends. Time of Legends is more interesting because they focus more on stuff that happened 3000 before the end of the world. This one is focused on, of course, Hell and Hammer. You can check it, it's Sigmar and the creation of the Empire. Sorry, Imperium is 40k. Nagash is basic focus on Nagash, and there is the third one that focus. Sorry, let me focus on the elves. I don't know where I've got them. Sorry, they are somewhere. But basically, there's a trilogy also focus on the civil war of the elves and and so on. More trilogies. Okay. Then there are a couple of ones, like is this Age of Legends anthology. You can start here as well because some stories coincide with these stories, and if you enjoy them, probably you're going to enjoy the series. Regarding Warhammer, nowadays it's very difficult to grab them. There are a couple of omnibus editions that Black Library recently released or being releasing because they know that it's money. You can start with Gotrek and Felix. I believe the Gotrek and Felix are the best series released. Or you can start with some individual novels like Singwald. There are 5, I believe, Warhammer heroes, and at the same time there are some C.L. Barnard novels that I will advise. They are very dark, no good guys point of view. Or you can go even back and read from the start. There is no need, but Jacques Yuval Genevieve novels are also very interesting. Oh, by the way, regarding novels by Sigmar and so on, there are Inferno short story collection, which has 40k, Sigmar and some, I believe only Sigmar and 40k. Then there are a couple of ones that link with other worlds within Sigmar, like Shadespire and some Warhammer 40k games that were released, and then they publish stories, a story or what or other. And then I forgot to mention there are a couple Warhammer horror stories that have stories within Sigmar and others within other worlds, like this one, Dark Harvest, Josh Reynolds. This guy is the person who writes more novels within the Sigmar world. If you check from the first 10 novels or so, 20 novels that are written, 4 or 5 were by him. Him and Guy Halley. This one I have not read it. It's the only one I've not read it. Then you've got here, check. Okay, Anathema. No, Our Path, sorry. This one the stories within the Sigmar and within 40k. And we've got Anatmas in this case. Also has stories within. Then you've got one, and this is the last one I'm going to be talking about. I don't know where I put it. Yeah, here it is. Castle of Blood by C.L. Werner, also Sigmar novel, but in the branch of horror. Every novel that has horror has a different paper color, like okay. Some are red, some are green. Okay. This one is also for not for, this is not Sigma, it's a 40k, but yeah. So basically that's it. Start with probably this series. There are a couple of omnibus nowadays that you can buy. Then just go where you wanna go in terms of your army. If you enjoy elves, then go to some elf books. If you enjoy other types of armies, go for another types of armies. I believe that's the way you should enter. So for now, I have not read many books of Sigmar, only short stories or stories, because I am yet to finish Warhammer Fantasy, and I would love to finish before entering a new world. Unfortunately, the book, I believe now are around 40 novels. Let me go here. There are 40 novels now. Okay. As you can see, they advise you to go. They say you go to Realmgate Wars Omnibus Editions, Legends of Age of Sigmar. I've shown you before. Then there are other anthologies. I have got them all. This one I don't have because I have the short story collection, the novellas. Okay. Then you've got Colored Knights, Gotrek, Cardinal Overlords, Hate Lamentations, Soul Wars, Calice, and some individual novels. Okay, Mr. Brave, Neferata. The name usually is very revealing in terms of the novels. Covers and Blood, all female novel. There are a couple of ones that are not released so far, but I only an hardback or audiobook, probably ebooks, some ebooks. Okay, guys, that's it. I hope this would help someone reading. To make a video about Warhammer Fantasy, but in that case I can speak a little more because I know, because I have read around 50 of the 100 novels that exist. Yeah, that's it. Any questions, don't hesitate to ask me.